Hello everyone, this is Pankaj and welcome to Code to CloudX. So today we will try to understand what GitLab is and how GitLab CI/CD works. So first let's understand what GitLab is. So GitLab is a web-based platform used to store and manage your source code using Git. As we all know, Git is a version control system where we keep and manage our code. So GitLab helps developers to store code in repositories, track changes using version control, collaborate with team members, manage branches, and merge requests. For example, you can understand if you and your teammate are working on the same project, you can pull the latest changes, work on your feature, and then push your code back to the repository. So this makes team collaboration easy and efficient. But but GitLab is not just a code repository. Understand? It also provides built-in CI/CD features which allow us to automatically build and test and deploy our applications. Right? So now let's understand actually what GitLab CI/CD is and how it works. So imagine a developer, might be his name is Akash. When Akash writes a code and push it into the GitLab, GitLab automatically starts what? GitLab automatically starts a process. These are the process called a pipeline. So this pipeline performs multiple steps automatically in the background. And what is the steps? It will compile the code, run automated test, build a new version of the applications, and deploy the applications. All these steps, all these steps happens automatically without any manual work. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to intervene in between. So this is called GitLab CI/CD. So CI stands for continuous integration and CD stands for continuous deployment, right? Where application is automatically prepared and deploy the target environment. Your target environment could be anything. It could be Docker, Kubernetes, cloud, anywhere. So GitLab CI/CD helps automate the complete software lifecycle from code commit to deployment. In this section, we will understand how to create a GitLab account, which we will use throughout the entire series. The good thing is we don't need to download or install any software. All you need is a web browser only. So if you haven't done it already, open your browser and go to gitlab.com. So I highly recommend using gitlab.com even if your organization has its own GitLab installation, because using gitlab.com will allow you to follow along with the series and replicate everything I am doing without any confusion or extra setup. So with free account, so here with a free account, you get 400 pipeline minutes per month, which is more than enough for learning GitLab and building small projects. And one more thing, keep in mind that GitLab updates its UI frequently. So if something looks slightly different on your screen, don't worry, okay? That functionality will be remain same. So you can sign up by using your, okay? So you can sign up using your existing Google or GitHub account, or create a new account by filling all the required details. So you can enter all the required details. You will continue and you have few more steps and all the required details you can fill up. And after registration, you will automatically get the access to the ultimate plan trial, which provides additional features. Okay. So no credit card is required. And also this free trial lasts for 30 days. And after that, your account will automatically move back to the free tier. Fine. So So once your account is created, you are ready to start working with GitLab and continue with the next steps in the series. So here, after the registrations, at the end you will get this screen, and here you can mention the group name and project name. So continue with the next steps in this series. First, if you want to create a project inside a group, my group name is Pankaj Thakur 104. So you have to click on a create project. Here you will see multiple options: create from template, run CI/CD for external repository, import projects, create blank projects. Since we are learning how the pipeline works from scratch, I will select create blank project. Now give your project name. I am giving my project name test Spring Boot example. After that, you will see an option here, initialize repository with README. This option is selected by default. So we will keep it selected and then click on create project. Our test Spring Boot example project has been created. Next, we need to configure the pipeline. For that, click on, here we will have option, click on new file. So here in the file name section, enter the exact name dot git gitlab hyphen ci dot yml, and file name will be the, make sure you don't miss the dot. Simply what I want to make it consideration, that don't miss the dot at the beginning. The file name must be exactly the same. So the GitLab, so what is, why we are giving the same name? If you have any confusion why I'm giving the same name, so now let's understand what is .gitlab-ci.yml. So the gitlab-ci.yml file is a pipeline configuration file used in GitLab CI/CD. So this file tells GitLab three main things. First, what stage to run, for example, build, test, deploy. Second, which commands to execute in each stage. And third, when the pipeline should run, such as on code, push or merge request. So whenever we push code to repository, GitLab reads this file and run the pipeline based on the configuration. So you can think of it like an instruction file for automation. Okay. So if we compare with other tools, we have multiple versioning tools. Just like we currently we are using GitLab. So for GitLab we are using .gitlab-ci.yml. If you are using GitHub, so for GitLab pipelines are defined inside .github-workflows and your file name. And if you're using Jenkins, then Jenkins we use a Jenkins file. So the concept is same, only the configuration file name and locations are different. So here we are going to do very basic configurations, and we will start with test colon, and we will hit the enter, and here we are type script colon one space, and we will print one message, welcome to code to CloudX, our channel name, and we will commit that message. Here we have a button commit message. We will click on that. And if you want to give some name, so you can mention some name added pipeline. Commit to the current main branch in which I am working. So yes, and if in future just like you are working on real environment, real production environment, and you have cut your separate branch from the main branch, or you have to create new branch, so you can create at the runtime you can click on commit to a new branch. You have to give to the your new branch name, and new branch will be created, and your changes will be cut into the new branch. But currently now we are testing and we are going to learn how stage, how we will create pipeline stages and how it works. So currently we are using commit to the current main branch, and my branch name is main. That's why here we are going to commit our changes. So here you can see that .gitlab-ci.yml file has been created and added pipeline. What message we have commit message, what we have given, that added pipeline. Sorry, I did the typo mistake, but yeah, added pipeline. So I come into my project name, and here when we are creating our project repo, that time it was by default readme file, and now we created our .gitlab-ci.yml for pipeline stage. So but here we can check our pipeline stage is getting fail. So now click on that, why it's getting fail. Let me check. What they are saying, before you can run pipeline we need to verify your account. Okay, so we have to verify our account because we are we need before you can run the pipeline. To verify my account, I give my number. So it's a India. I give my, you have to puzzle it. What is the match this? Now finally verification complete. I am sending the code. I will get the verification number on my mobile phone. I got it. 6310268. So verification complete. Now this pipeline will stay as it is. It will not change. So what we can do here? So firstly we make a duplicate and go back to the project. Okay. And now again I will edit this file. To click on here we have two options, edit single file or open in web IDE. So either we can select any one. So I am selecting open in web IDE. And web IDE is similar to an editor like Visual Studio Code, where you can edit your file directly in the browser. It's loading, and here you can see that our file is going to open. Yeah, it's open. So it's a YML file, and here actually you have to make sure that indentation is proper. YML is indentation sensitive, so spacing or tabs must be correct. So here if you will see here, it's a one tab space. So just I make edit this message, welcome again to go to CloudX, and commit it again. Added, mm, added again, added message simply, message simply again. Okay, and commit and post. No, continue. Okay, so now we go to the our pipeline, and here we will click on the test Spring Boot. Okay, we can click on pipeline. Let's see. So you can see our pipeline has started. So we can click on it and see what it is doing. So now our job has successfully completed. And here we can see the execution. If you scroll, yeah, if you scroll the logs, you will find the command. Yeah, okay. This is the command we executed and its output. Okay. And here you can see the message. Actually, welcome again to Code to CloudX. There is a small typo in the message, so please ignore that. Now, if you look at the top of the logs, you will see the first line running with GitLab Runner. So what is GitLab Runner? GitLab Runner is a software component in the GitLab architecture that is responsible for executing the jobs. So the jobs what we define inside the .gitlab-ci.yml file are picked up and executed by the runner, GitLab Runner. So in simple words, we can say GitLab defines the pipeline and runner actually runs the work. Okay. So for this session, we have done now. In the next section, we will understand what a pipeline is. We will learn how to create multiple stages, for example, build, test, and deploy. Okay. And how to structure them properly. And after that, we will see how to create a Docker image, as we have already seen how to create Spring Boot applications, all the CRUD operations we have seen in our previous video. So next, we will create the image of the Spring Boot application and deploy the application using GitLab CI/CD onto the Docker. So thank you for watching and welcome again to Code to CloudX.